Is it enough to get a Fenrir ban? I don't know. We'll see game number 2. I think
I
we're
don't
going to
think
get
so.
into it right now. Cognitive Gaming versus Elevate
So,
game 2.
all right, here's my thing.
What's your thing?
How much more safe do you get than Sun Wukong?
Chalk?
No, honestly, I don't think so. I think Sun Wukong with Bluestone is safer than Chalk.
Ra?
No. No. Sun Wukong is, I think, actually the safest solo laner in Smite right now.
I wish we had a caster cam because the face. No, I loved it. I mean, and that's really true, and I see where you're going with that. You give Sun Wukong to Unrelinquished because, as you said, inexperience. Try and give him sort of a safe pick, right? And Sun Wukong is very safe. You throw the cudgel down and you watch Bluestone do the rest, right?
Yeah.
Well, where do you go from there? Do you give him a chalk? Or do you just take the Wukong again?
You got to take the Wukong again. Cognitive Gaming first pick here. Did not elect to go the Wukong. I believe it was the Giannis first pick last time, and that's going to be banned away. So we'll see if they give Meerkat the Wukong, and they will. So they clearly respect the Giannis more than the Wukong, but when the Giannis is gone, got to go the Kong. Is that a good one? I tried. I felt some inner F dot there.
You get the official F dot thumbs up on that one.
There's the cast.
When the Giannis is gone, you pick the Wukong. Elevate responds by grabbing a Hou-Yi and a Sobek. Now, this looks like a dual lane at first glance, but of course Sobek has been very popular in the solo lane. With that thought in mind, that's probably not the direction you want to bring Unrelinquished in if inexperience is your
I would say like
thought.
Sobek is actually pretty safe there, and you could go. He has a lot of options to get away. He also has bonus protections now in his ultimate.
It's just more difficult to clear the wave efficiently and safely.
Early on, yeah,
you know?
you're going to be struggling a little bit, and you may not understand the full matchup. But compared to the other solo laners that he could potentially go, I think Sobek might be the safest. Honestly, more than anything, I would say you could see some lane swaps. Maybe Metyankey.
Okay.
Goes into the solo lane if they feel more comfortable with that. That may be something where like Unrelinquished is just clearly a very unexperienced solo laner, and he needs to play something he's a little bit more comfortable with. I believe he didn't play solo lane last time we saw him sub in.
Where did he wind up?
I don't remember.
He was jungle actually the last time we saw him, so maybe that Thor is going to be for him. Everything's still on the table. Cognitive Gaming with their first phase of their draft, Sun Wukong, Ares, and Guan Yu. Honestly, Adonis, this is every Cognitive Gaming draft that they want, and we've probably seen this exact 3 picks at least 2-3 times.
So if you don't put Smite into a team sense, and you just asked djpernicus, what do you want to jungle in on your team? He would say no. He would say Guan Yu. It would be like, what do you want to support with Aror, Ares? What do you want to solo with Meerkat, Wukong?
No,
because Mystical Mail, Bluestone.
Meerkat's answer would actually just be Mystical Mail.
Whatever I could buy Mystical Mail on, as long as I don't get behind early.
Nuwa banned out by Cognitive Gaming, so they want to keep Aduro at bay with both the Nuwa and the Isis bans. Xing selected for Elevate again. So it's interesting. We've seen a little bit of Xing here in the Pro League. Elevate has really been a proponent for it. Metyankey has been playing it. How do you feel that this character has impacted the game?
I haven't really seen him at the high level play yet, so I'm still waiting to see really the top end teams run him before I really give him anything.
A lot of people compare him to Ares with as far as what he brings.
He's
because
like
he's
a safer Ares with a little bit less damage is what a lot of people are saying.
So it's interesting. I like to see how he impacts. It doesn't seem to be impacting picks bans at all. As Cognitive Gaming goes for a very sort of standard lineup that we expected of their team specifically. Wukong, Ares, Guan Yu, Xbalanque are 4 picks that we generally always see Cognitive Gaming go. Zhong going to be the standout pick for the team specifically. But this week, if you've looked at some of the games, I mean, Zhong has been the recent star.
Kukulkan. Spice Boy's going to be picked up for Aduro in the mid lane. We've, I believe, only seen Shadow Nightmare run this so far in the fall split, maybe even the summer split. I mean, we have not seen Kukulkan in quite some time. I know the Boosh ran him like once, I think, at the beginning of the summer split.
Yeah, I think that was either summer or maybe
if
spring.
not, it was the spring. This is not a god we see. We typically see a lot of it from Shadow Nightmare on Team Dignitas, and they combo it a lot with setup from Sylvanas. After that, they'll go to the Athena, but instead they've got the Xing 10, so that's the combo they're looking for.
Yeah, you've got some setup coming out from Metherea's Thor, obviously, and Metyankey. It's different, but we saw it work last time once towards the end of the game. Metyankey grabbed a bunch of people and threw them directly into a Kraken. So the thought is there. Is the execution there? We have yet to see. Vessalius going to replay on that Hou-Yi again. But so it's Kukulkan. Fantastic. Not only is it a fantastic area denial god, but it's a constant threat for objectives. That's really what Kukulkan brings to the table. A large, high damage, long range ultimate. Long range being almost key there because you can from a distance claim the Gold Fury. And area denial. You drop down a tornado and sort of watch somebody not walk through that corridor because it's going to take too much damage. But the character Kukulkan, a little bit. I mean, he's got Slither, which gets rid of slows. How safe do you rank this character?
Not very.
So he's got some issues with regards to how he's going to be ganked. Obviously, I guess when you're playing against cognitive gaming, being ganked isn't your #1 thought.
I expect to see Aror over here quite often, looking to lock down a Duro. But I mean, I do expect a Duro. Yeah, and you can even see it now. He's gone Bees once, so he understands that Kukulkan is a god that gets ganked quite often and has a lot of trouble against high pressure. However, they do have the Thor on their side. The Thor isn't on the other team. They have that mobility, they have that counter engage. We actually saw Gars utilize Thor very well for counter engaging against C9s. Yeah. And when Anisur ran Circuit, I expect to see a lot of that come from Mytherea too, because I do think Cog will take the aggressive stance here with Aurora's rotations.
Cognitive Gaming going to secure the left-hand Harpies as well. Best and djpernicus combined, and as we said, a pretty standard lineup for Cognitive Gaming, with the exception of Zhong. Normally we see Best play either Giannis's or even Scylla's come out. Zhong is a very different beast. He's largely, I mean, almost a bruiser. So how does he fit into this lineup where you've got a bruiser jungle?
I mean, that's fine, right? This is really screaming. The Cognitive Gaming really like to rely on just Best having a character that can do a lot of damage and that they can protect properly. And Zhong, he is a bruiser. He's very tanky, and this kind of, I feel like this kind of fits Cognitive Gaming's lineups more than any other character we see from the Best outside of Hell. It's a god that just wants to tank up in team fight as often as possible.
So the damage is really going to be coming out of the duo lane.
It's everyone, right? Everyone. None of these gods are like, all right, you do no damage, you're mostly just support. A lot of them have significant amount of damage at just the base, right? They don't need a lot of items to get going. Talu Assault does a lot of damage, shreds protections. The Best, the Demon Bag, huge AoE team fight presence. Aror as well, chains do a lot of damage. Cabom, he's going to swing.
He's a Xbalanque.
Meerkat doing a lot of damage as well. It's just like, there's no super hard hyper carry on Cognitive Gaming outside of Xbalanque.
Right.
But the other four gods all do a significant amount of base damage, don't really need a lot of items to get rolling.
Meerkat really starting things off, and it is the Unrelinquished Sobek that we'll see. So maybe that safety is something that'll come into play here. But right now, the wave clear, I mean, it's definitely going Meerkat's way. It's a Sun Blue Kong, so there's that. But he's just standing on his opponent's tower with no regard for anything.
He's also controlling the potions as well. You can see Meerkat sitting with 5 potions, whereas Unrelinquished is no mana and 3 potions. It's actually very important in the soul lane is potion management. Not only do you not want to, I would say, over potion, where you start ticking your health potions and your full life and you don't get a lot of use out of it. So for example here, Meerkat going to try and poke. If not successfully, Unrelinquished could heal up too much and actually not make use of his potions there.
One of the
He'll be fine, though.
One of the smaller intricacies of this lane, and I feel like it's rather recently that we've seen the optimization of walking away from the mana pots into the multi-pots because you have the blue buff. You don't need the full mana contribution, which adds to the intricacy of potion management, because if you have both ticking, you have to be more conscious of capping out your HP and wasting those.
For now, though, you can see Elevate and Elevate's a Duro and Mytherea on that Thor. Looking for some setup. They really want to wombo combo someone with this Kukulkan on Metyankey. May be able to find it here. They're looking for the Best. He has no beads yet. This is their target.
No clue.
They're looking for an instant burst.
No clue. There's the ultimate, and there's not a lot of damage out of the Best. He just walks out of it.
Okay.
Best is at half HP. He's going to get healed up by DJ. They landed their combo. And now Elevate's, I mean, look at Metyankey. Look at Metyankey. He's turning around.
Look at him. Look at him.
He's looking back and forth.
Look at him. They're looking at each other.
Yeah, the characters are looking, all right, we did what we came to do. Those base stats got buffed. Oh, no. I mean, it's not a...
I mean, when you know, the ultimate comes out from the Best, he actually doubles his protections, and he's got 20 all protections just from the Demon Bag passive. I'm assuming he stacked it up with that long of a lane. Unrelinquished. Does he have enough mana? Oh, no, he already used all. You're dead, bro.
djpernicus jumps off the horse, slaps him once, and first blood goes the way of Meerkat in the solo lane.
So there was a lot of times last game where I was like, all right, this is kind of an example of how
Smart play.
How Elevate's feeling. Elevate going to be trying the Gold Fury with that huge rotation coming out. Can they secure this Gold Fury, though? It's going to be very important. They're body blocking, actually, Cabom, who's not able to get into it, but here's the rotation from Aror. Gold Fury, it goes the way of Elevate, but they're going to lose every single member if Call can chase them fast enough. Doesn't look like they will. Elevate. Oh, man, they got lucky there. 3 players on red. And they lose a Duro, but they secure the Gold Fury.
And that's a situation, by no means can you call this a mistake, right? djpernicus uses his ultimate to confirm first blood over in the solo lane. Not a mistake by any stretch of the imagination. But if djpernicus doesn't use that, that's a deicide on Elevate. All 3 of those guys get chased down by a machine gun motorcycle Guan Yu. Just 1, 2 dead, 1, 2 dead, and then the stun for the 3rd kill. It's a triple kill waiting. So Elevate, they get a little bit lucky. That Gold Fury is a good look, not enough to steal them the lead. Cognitive Gaming still leading by about 1,300. And look at that. You see right here on the graph, his best gets aggressed on. He's slowed. This could be trouble, but
fights everywhere.
Still tanky.
Aurora thrown into the tier 1 tower, going to go out the back. Getting slowed, a lot of damage onto him.
Aurora's
There's actually a percentage damage coming out from Zhong. Oh, is that going to be enough? It's going to be close. No, it won't be enough damage.
Heal from Guan Yu just barely kept him alive. But take a look at this graph right here. You see the downshoot. That's where Elevate picks up the Gold Fury. And then the slow, there's 1 kill, a plateau, another kill, a plateau, and then the continuous farming that Cognitive Gaming has really been able to do. So
Unrelinquished able to steal away Meerkat's blue buff, but he had his own stolen just before that while the Gold Fury was going on.
Right.
Mytherea level 7. Looks like he's trying to make something happen, but just going to farm for the most part.
And I like this decision by Mytherea to shade over to the right side more often. They saw what happened to Unrelinquished last game, and that might not have spelled the game, but at no point in time is an 11-2 and 11 Fenrir a good thing. So by this time around, they're paying a little bit more attention to the solo lane, and that's helping Unrelinquished out a decent amount. He's 0-1-0, which is not a great start, but by this point, I think he was 0-3.
He's only died once, which is much better than game 1. Gold-wise, though, he's actually down more. So game 1, Meerkat actually grabs a solo kill against him and is only up 500 gold heading into, I believe, like the 12th to 13 minutes.
Right.
Meerkat, for now, has a kill where it was assisted by 2 other members, and he is up 800 gold. Somehow.
Even with the Gold Fury on the side of Elevate.
Yes. Oh, yeah, and Unrelinquished had a Gold Fury.
Now here's a slap fight going on. Unrelinquished can't quite take it. Cabom being rested on by Metyankey.
Can we actually take a look at minion kills here? I want to see last hits. 71 for Meerkat, 44 for Unrelinquished, which leads to about, I'd say, between archers and melee, like I think 16 gold extra a last hit.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit less. So that is actually a significant amount of bonus gold just from last hitting minions.
Cognitive Gaming going to pick up the last hits on the left side with those mid-harpies. Right side mid-harpies going to be aggressed on by DJ, but Elevate shows their face. Mytherea is here, but so is Aror. Mytherea is just going to look and wait for the opportunity to throw his hammer. DJ plays it smart and just stops. It's very important. So aggression coming out as Cabom pops the ultimate. Everybody's looking towards Aror in the mid lane. Cabom.
Mytheria's in the sky in the mid lane here. Look at Metyankey, super low. Best finds that kill with the demons. Oh, djpernicus actually gets knocked into the tower from the Kuang. Doesn't matter though, not enough damage there. Beats from a Duro and Mytherea. Duro and Mytherea take a peek at each other. Can we actually look at a Duro and Mytherea here? Let's go in first person.
Oh, hey guys. What's up, Thor?
This is kind of how they're feeling right now. Like, this is our life.
Just standing underneath the tower. We can't move. We can't go out. Yep. All right. Well, can we get it? Yep. Just drop a tornado. I'll stand here too. Throw a hammer. That's really the type of control that Cognitive has over this game. They're 8.5 minutes in, already 2K up, 3 kills over their opponent, and Cognitive is just taking whatever they want. Right there, we got to see them triple split their own.
Elevator checked out. They're checked out. That is the best way I could. I'm pretty sure these players are just, I don't know. They're kind of done here. Game not over yet though. Only 3 kills to 0 on Elevate. We're able to find that Gold Fury, but they're down 2,000. Unrelinquished, unfortunately, continuing to struggle in this solo lane. This is not a role he plays often.
Yeah, it's a little. It's an issue for the Sobek player, Unrelinquished, here today. He's level 11, comparatively speaking, to Meerkat. was about half a level to a level above him, and he's having some problems, but that's just in the lane. Solo lane especially is really about how you transition into the mid and late game from your situation. So to that extent, maybe we'll see the Sobek really come together. Sobek will pair nicely with the Kuang
looking for Cabom there. We can actually see the Hunter's Mark. Can Vessalius hit the ricochet, and Cabom smells something fishy.
Communication comes out. Mytherea drops down.
Nice wall.
Yeah. Very nice wall. No stun, but more importantly, he cuts off the way of entry for Cognitive Gaming.
Oh, look at this. Vessalius now being aggressive. He's slowed from the poison darts. djpernicus coming up at the top, but it's the best. He's getting focused down. His protections are doubled. He's standing in the tornado, though. Aduro's in so much trouble. Talu's all going to finish him off. Nice Aegis. Meerkat's rotation picks up Aduro. The best is so low. Unrelinquished is the one to find the kill. Aror going to pull in a couple members here.
And there at one. Unrelinquished getting in, well, just so much trouble. Meerkat sends him to detention. Mytherea is also in trouble. Meerkat one more time. And again, Vessalius picks up one onto Pern, but he's going to pay. Aror's following him.
Oh,
should
man,
get a chain in just about a second.
He didn't know how much damage he had. Vessalius actually dashes forward, thinking he didn't have the damage to pick up djpernicus, but he just barely did. He could have dashed away, maybe got picked up, but it was a death sentence when he jumped into those three.
Yeah, as soon as he jumps on in, just surrounded by the opponent, Cognitive Gaming takes the window they're given. 3 members down. That's enough to go ahead and go for the Gold Fury. Metyankey's here.
Chains aren't going to last long enough. Teleport
and here's a teleport coming in, so that's going to be Metyankey and Mytherea. And with those 2 players here, along with the rest coming out from the sides, that's enough to take Cognitive Gaming off the objective.
I actually like this elevate. They're so far behind.
They kept it.
I feel like they have to take a risk here, but it's going to be reset. The Gold Fury not going to be taken for now. Metyankey dashes out of there.
I like the idea. Can we look at Aduro real quick? I want to see the cooldown on the ultimate. The ultimate actually just comes up. I think if that ultimate was available at that moment in time, Elevate sticks to it. But because it's about 3 seconds too late, they don't want to take the chance, and they relinquish control of the Gold Fury.
Oh my word. Top damage right now is the carry player for Cognitive Gaming, Aror. Maxwell Aror Jackson. I'm pretty sure if he gets Ares, he's top damage every time. Or at least he's up there for quite a while.
It's definitely a part of the god, and it's funny because we have seen Aror sort of slink back to more traditional gods like Ares and Ymir, but don't forget where he made his name. Aror made a name for himself, I guess, on Fat Chunks Assemble in Season 1 with one of the worst logos in gaming history, playing things like Fenrir support.
Dan made that logo.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
you got a problem with Dan?
My apologies, Dan.
Oh, you just wait until Monday. Dan's going to have you. Cognitive Gaming, though, 7-2 in kills, able to not secure that last Gold Fury, but they still retain the lead despite Elevate grabbing the first Gold Fury so far. Cog, they're turning their attention to it now. They have the ward vision. Metyankey's going to smell it out as he rotates. And look at this. Everyone from Elevate are actually coming off of the base. There's no way they get to this in time. Metyankey's the only one. He's going to have to stop it before Cog can finish the Gold Fury.
And it's essentially already finished.
Oh,
here comes Metyankey. It ultimately does
go
the way of Elevate. Elevate picks it up off of a hot steal from Metyankey, but he's going to go to jail for that one. Best picks up a kill.
Oh, just barely dodged by
Cabom
Cog.
on the backside. The Suns are going to prevent the incursion from Cognitive into the middle lane. Now Unrelinquished.
That should die.
A little bit too late.
Oh, the heal though.
Not strong enough. Best lives to see a second. Beats out the flip, which is important because the rest of Elevate waiting around the corner. Aror grabs 2. Best picks up 1. Mytherea in some trouble. He'll stun out Meerkat, and djpernicus takes out Vessalius.
You can see actually Mytherea getting chased down. The chains are going to connect.
Smoke.
That's going to be another kill. djpernicus being chased down by Aduro here, but Aduro doesn't look like he's going to be able to find it, especially with the heals coming out from DJ. Once again, can we take a quick look at the healing done so far for djpernicus? Same time marker, same amount of healing, 5,400, doing so much work. Only one player, excuse me, from Elevate doing more damage than DJ has
I have
healed.
a big question mark on this, on some of the decisions made by Elevate here.
Okay.
Not on this one. djpernicus is going to be
He's
down
dead.
for the count. That's money going the way of Aduro. Aror, he'll be all right. But I have a big question mark on my face for this one. Metyankey comes in by himself, steals Gold Fury. Fantastic play.
Yes.
Why did everyone else die? He made it out alive. Why was anybody else even there?
Elevate?
Yeah.
Oh, they wanted to fight. It was actually a pretty good fight because they were able to do a lot of damage to Cognitive Gaming, but it was a lot of it came off of DJ's heals in that fight. The Best lived for so much longer than he should have. You could even see Unrelinquished would have killed the Best when his ultimate popped, but Conviction goes off, and djpernicus and this Guan Yu really just doing so much work in these team fights. Elevate find the second Gold Fury of the game, but are still down in gold. Wow.
Bear in mind also for the Best, I mean, we get to see djpernicus' healing, but we don't necessarily get to see the self-healing coming out of Best by himself or from Exorcism, so that's also something you have to take into account. I love the decision from Elevate for sending their support in there.
Oh, Aror, don't do it! Just barely. But we could see Unrelinquished turn on. Chains are down. Is no escape up? It is. But with Lurking in the Waters up as well, Aror doesn't want to waste that.
Much closer game than last one, for what it's worth.
It's the two Gold Furies, right? If the two Gold Furies go the way of Cognitive Gaming, this game is, busted wide open, and it's, 7,000-8,000 in favor of Cog.
Sure, but those are the right ifs that Elevate want to have.
That is unfortunate. If Mytherea would have walked a couple more steps, he would have saw Cabom backing and be able to stop him without needing to ultimate, but because he was backing, the ultimate takes so long to go up in the air that Cabom was actually able to back in time before he came landing down, so that's a wasted ultimate.
Yes, that's a big if again. A lot of ifs going the way of Cognitive. Some ifs going the way of Elevate, but more of them going the way of Cognitive Gaming and Unrelinquished.
I'm so sorry.
If he had God mode, he wouldn't be dead.
I'm just so sorry for Unrelinquished. They are just not letting him do anything, but Elevate are responding in kind here, trying to force out Cabom, who's probably the bigger carry and more important player for Cognitive Gaming. Not able to find it, especially with the Best rotating in. This could be a mid-tier 1 tower.
Aduro's here.
Aduro actually blinks in, just trying to make sure he can walk into the lane safely.
Aurora, that's the right move. Aurora shows up, pushes the minions off the tower. 2 members for Cognitive Gaming, who defend against 2 members of Elevate in the left lane.
Meerkat actually might get a tier 2. No one actually available. Looks like he'll be backing, though. He's not aware of where Elevate are in the map. And it looks like Aduro would have been there in time to defend that tier 2 either way.
Yeah, that's one thing I do want to point out from Cognitive. Not a lot of vision. Can we take a look at wards placed, please? And we'll see. Cognitive Gaming, they have placed a decent amount of wards. Actually,
just right now, no wards. Vision.
But
they have a lot in their inventory,
They
though.
just have 3.
Elevate, only 1 ward on the map, it seems, although Unrelinquished has 1 in his inventory. And it's going to be... it's going to start to get very hard for Elevate to spend gold into these wards. They really want to finish off some core items. You can see Jotun's Wrath not even finished for the jungler. Mytherea, Cognitive Gaming, djpernicus. He's got his breastplate online, going for the same build and going straight into the Transcendence.
Mytherea going what has largely been djpernicus' specific build. DJ, when he plays this Guan Yu, builds out that bluestone 3rd item because it just enhances the abilities that he has. It's only 800 gold, and it winds up being a nice bridge item before he goes either Transcendence or his defensive item. Thor, Mytherea, on the other side of things, he's going to go the same build.
I mean, it's just going to give him a lot of damage on his abilities when he can connect both the double tap and the Berserker's Barrage. Grouping from both teams in the mid here, 3 players from Cog. djpernicus, though, going into the jungle by himself, and Metyankey trying his best to put out some poke. Not going to be enough, however.
Can't poke out the healer. Or at least not this time. Elevate coming around the corner.
Are they letting Mytherea solo lane now?
Possibly. Here comes Cabom right into Vessalius. Vessalius does have reinforcements, but so does Cabom. Up on the horses, djpernicus beads out the stun, but you can't beads out of death. Vessalius gets smoked out by djpernicus' last hit on the horse, and that's all Elevate needed to. That's all Cognitive needed to do.
Oh, look at this!
Mytherea
teleported in.
Mytherea is going to land down on the back line of Best and djpernicus, but not much really happens off of that one. No consequences. Mytherea is going to die. So is Aduro. It's all on the top side. The Aurora show coming up over here. Meerkat has also made the rotation.
No escape is still up. Metyankey, you're going to get pulled. Unrelinquished has made the rotation, but that's 4 dead already for the side. On the side of Elevate, excuse me. And this is going to be a tier 1 tower. Best still holding his ultimate, and it doesn't look like Unrelinquished is going to be able to do much here.
Unrelinquished gets stunned. He gets smacked.
Look at the body blocks from Meerkat. He wants to make sure that he can't do the pluck, but there it goes. djpernicus, his ult comes up. There's Lurking in the Waters, and that's going to make sure that djpernicus can't find the kill onto Unrelinquished, at least for now.
But that's what Cognitive needed to do. If a kill was put onto Sobek, that is icing on the cake. The goal right there that DJ was trying to accomplish, which he did, was just push the enemy out. He pushed Sobek out. Like I said, if they got a kill, sure, they'll take it. But the goal there is to allow the rest of the team to go ahead and take out the tower while the enemy is pushed into the jungle, or just anywhere besides the tower.
Tier 1 tower being focused down by Meerkat, but with the whirlwind coming out from Kukulkan, not likely going to be able to finish that one off. Gold Fury has spawned again here. Elevate, they were able to sneak the first one and then steal the second one, but they're still down 7,000 in gold, especially after those 2 towers on the left-hand side. It's going to be a tough look for them. They're going to need a huge Kukulkan ult to connect if they want to turn this game around.
What a big swing. Let's look at the visualization actually of the gold on the grass right here, and we'll see just the steady rise up, and this one little slant that's gonna be the team fight, and then the jump up, that's the tower. So just a very constant gold trickle for Cognitive Gaming, and right here
look at Aror in the back line here. Going to be able to pull in Vessalius. Nowhere for Vessalius to go. Sun's come out, doing a little bit of poke damage in conjunction with the whirlwind. Actually, a lot of poke damage, but no one else from Elevate in position to help clean up. And djpernicus is going to be able to heal up his team. You can see the rotation from Mytherea on the minimap, while Meerkat sits in right lane, but he does have teleport 3. Cog being pretty wary at this Gold Fury.
I mean, the last one got stolen, and Elevate is still present. That said, Metyankey standing exactly on a ward, so Aror knows exactly.
Mytherea to the sky. Cog dropped the Gold Fury.
They know there's a Thor in the air. Cognitive don't want anything to do with that, but the area is going to land on Meerkat, who's busy making the rotation. Oxform knocks up a whole bunch of players, enough to meet up with the rest of his team. Meerkat finds himself safely on the left side of the divider. Gold Fury, leashed, fight being taken, plucked out, there's a tornado down. All of a sudden, Aror is a good Aduro's a good target, but everybody's looking at Unrelinquished still. Best gets credit for that one. That's going to be the 5th kill on the Zhong. Metyankey is going to be crippled out by Aror. Damage coming out from the rest of the team. Metyankey's still a little tanky. Taking a look at the build for Xing. He's got a Sovereignty and a Stone of Gaia, so that's a lot of magical protection for him. He's allowed to get out.
A lot of HP 5 coming out for that Xing 10-2, who also has a lot of it in his kit. 36 HP 5 when max stack combined with, I believe, the 25 coming out from Stone of Gaia and the 2% heal every 5 seconds. It's going to be very hard to kill Metyankey. If you don't burst him, he'll be able to come back into a fight 10-15 seconds later at full life.
Gold Fury down to about 25% HP.
Are Elevate going to steal this again? No. Okay, not going to happen. Cognitive Gaming finally secure one. Mytherea to the sky. It looks like he wants to fight, but no one in Cog is out of position except baby DJ.
DJ heals up. He's about 30% HP. Stun is strong. Is it strong enough? Aegis out the ultimate, so Aduro throws it out, dies, and no damage onto DJ.
Aror, no escape is up. Mytherea going to be pulled back. And no, he did have beads. Vessalius as well. Metyankey looks like to be the next target. Oh, hits the chain. Hits the second one onto Vessalius. Third one through the wall. Not going to happen. Unrelinquished.
They'll be able to get out. Charge prey available. Cabom now looking towards the tower. This one likely to fall. 19-4, read the kills, folks. We're 22 minutes into the second game of our contest. Cognitive Gaming trying to keep their hopes alive as far as land is concerned. They get a 2-0 here. They're still in the running. Definitely want to be at least number 6. Meerkat taking a lot of poke here by all of the members of Elevate. This one almost looks strong, but a missed pluck turns things completely in the opposite direction. djpernicus jumps on his horse. He's going to take out Unrelinquished. Meerkat on the backside takes out Mytherea. The rest of Cognitive Gaming look towards mid. They fall back, they group up, and all 4 members look to stand strong.
If there was ever a question on how confident Cog feel like they're going to win this game, Aror was doing mid-harpies during the first half of that engagement.
Where did Vessalius go? He was just gone. Cabom takes him out with the help of the rest of his team. There's 3 members of Cognitive Gaming, and they're just wrecking. It's a 5-man siege here of Cognitive Gaming, and they're just wrecking this mid lane. Down gonna go fall the Phoenix. Aduro, he's on the right-hand side, unable to really make his presence known. If he does, he knows just how quickly Cog is gonna jump on him. With that Phoenix, it's the first one of the game. 22 minutes in. Cognitive Gaming, 300 gold shy of 60,000 gold.
A lot of gold in hand. 3,000 for Meerkat. He's going to be able to finish off his Jotuns and either build into his next active or go into his next item, which could be a couple different things here. 2,800 for djpernicus, and he already has his Transcendence done. It's probably going to be Spirit Robe. Yeah, same build as he did back in Game 1. It's the Breastplate into Transcendence into Spirit Robe. Not a lot of health, but he has a lot of healing.
When was the last time Meerkat went to base?
I don't know, last Tuesday.
I mean, he's got a Stone of Gaia, and he's got a Sun Wukong ult. At that point, you're always going to have HP. You pick up a blue buff every now and then. I mean...
Oh, man. He finished off Jotuns, bought a full Titan's Bane, and got beats 1. How you going to kill Meerkat now, guys? And he's not even tanky, right? He's got 2 defensive items. He's just level 20 in Wukong.
Absolutely, just another intense
cognitive game to drop, and if they win this, they not only secure a spot for Super Regionals, but also lock out Denial from their only hope, because Enemy was actually able to find 2 wins against Eager.
Right, that's very true. So this is the last game that Cognitive needs to really secure their trip, coming down here to Atlanta, Georgia. Metyankey going to fall, the first one in this engagement. Vessalius also going to fall. He goes down to Meerkat for the 8th kill onto that guy's slash line. Unrelinquished in some trouble. Going to be chased down by djpernicus and the horse. No stun, but it doesn't matter. Meerkat finds himself a 9th kill. Looking for number 10. Aduro being aggressed on by Sun Wukong. Slither is strong. But Meerkat is here looking for it. Aegis will make Aduro last for a second longer. Aror gets credit for that one. That's 4-0 and 19 on the support player.
Fire Giant not taken. Cognitive Gaming looks like they're going to be grabbing this tier 2. 4 members dead. Xing spawning in 3 seconds. Vessalius on his Ho-Yi spawning in 9. Mytherea looking for farm, it looks like.
I mean, there's nothing Mytherea and Metyankey can't really defend here, right?
Oh, no.
So why even be there?
Just looking for farm.
Right side
going to be walking into this. Unrelinquished has spawned. Metyankey, his dash is already down. No ultimate available. That's going to be the second Phoenix of the game. And even Vessalius, you could actually see him rotating over, trying to split push alongside Mytherea.
Just trying to do what they can. That'll pick up some gold. So we'll see the tower fall down to the left side. So a strong 500 gold swing for Elevate. It's a small step in the right direction. Cognitive Gaming going to take a larger step in their own correct direction, though, as they aggress onto the Fire Giant. Fire Giant about 25% down. Here comes Xing throwing people towards the wayside, but nobody really there to capitalize off of it. Because of that, Meerkat picks up his 10th kill. A second game in a row where we see Meerkat with double digits in both the kill and assist column.
Aror.
Swift jump
does not even care. Mytherea is still on, like, no health. He's been at this amount of health for, like, 4 minutes. Just running around the jungle farming.
Trying to get what he can. I mean,
oh, the chains. Vessalius, he's trying to juke him out. He does successfully. Doesn't even matter. There's 4 other members of Cognitive Gaming in the jungle. This game is only a matter of time right now. Aduro, look at him.
Oh,
no
bad
vision.
teleport from Mytherea.
No, Mytherea, do not walk into Aduro. Let Aduro be sneaky. Look at him. He's trying to give away Aduro's positioning. Come on, Mytherea. What are you doing, man?
That's unfortunate.
Let him try and steal. I want to see the steal.
Mytherea teleports in, trying to be careful.
Aduro ran into creeps. I blame Mytherea for that one. Aduro probably, I'm not saying he would have stole it, but I really wanted to see him try and steal it.
Right.
Mytherea runs Cog into him. Come on, man.
Poor pathing.
I want to see the steal attempt. We already saw Metyankey steal Gold Fury. Let Aduro at least have a chance at the Fire Giant.
Following down the mid lane is Aror.
Carry player Aror, sitting at the 2nd highest player damage in the game.
It's just so interesting to see how Cognitive really drafts their lineup, right? I mean, look at where djpernicus is. Player damage is 2nd to last.
Can we actually take a quick look at healing before this game?
Right.
Very likely ends. 25,000, almost 26,000.
Yeah.
Last fight about to break out here.
And see, this is what I'm talking about with Cognitive Gaming being so interesting. We'll talk about it afterwards. As Cognitive Gaming now looking into the Titan for their 2nd win in 2 games. Mytherea falls. Meerkat picks up another kill, and they're just continuing on. Titan taking a little bit of the health. Elevate still being aggressed on largely. Cognitive Gaming, they want to end this. As we said, this final game will secure their trip to LAN. Cognitive Gaming can't find the kill out of the Titan.
Doesn't look like it here.
Elevate playing some good defense.
That Titan taking about half its life. Meerkat left alone. Aror coming back, trying to help him. No escape is not available. Meerkat, oh my god, Meerkat, he is so greedy. He's looking for a Duro, but does. Spirit of the 9 wins. That's going to connect there, and Aduro finds the first kill onto Meerkat all game.
What prevented Cognitive from elevate? Just they got the defense in line.
They're able to hold. Titan at 50% life, but Phoenixes
I think Cognitive
still
Gaming
down.
was too concerned with the players on elevate. I think they were trying to kill the opposition so they could get the free kill out of the Titan without the defense there, and because they directed too much attention onto the players, the Titan just didn't get the damage dealt into it, and it stands up.
I expect Cognitive Gaming to play it a little bit safer next time around, making sure to take out all the Phoenixes and have a couple fire waves pushed up here, but elevate, they're holding on for now. 31 kills to 5 in Cog's favor, though.
Also a ton of gold as well, but talking more about the compositions that Cognitive really drafts, it's interesting. You see djpernicus down at second to lowest damage, and Aror second to highest damage, and that's fine. The idea of what is typical and what is meta and what is appropriate, right? It's all about what works for your team, Kevin. And here it's a very different approach that Cognitive takes to the game than many other teams, and it works out pretty damn well.
Unrelinquished here, about to find his 8th death of the match. Lurking in the waters. He actually will get out, it seems, as the rest of the team comes to defend, but Fire Wave starting to push in.
So how do you think about that? How many different amalgamations of these teams do you think we can see? Here, you joke about carry player Aror, but he's really bringing it. He's actually doing that.
I mean, it's a lot of it comes down to just kind of Cognitive Gaming's playstyle and the rotation we see. Xing Tian, though, throwing Best into a Kukulkan ult there, but his protections are so high. The Titan at 3,000. I don't see it surviving. djpernicus trying to get out so he can heal up. No escape. Pulling 4 members out of the fountain, but no more kills to be had. 32 to 5 in favor of Cognitive Gaming, and they find an extra win and secure their spot for the Super Regionals, knocking Denial out.
They're going to land.
They are going to land.
Congratulations, Cognitive Gaming. Those 2 wins put you in the spot coming down to here, Georgia, to go ahead and compete in the Super Regionals alongside a lot of other players, both in North America and Europe. You'll definitely see Epsilon, probably a couple of other familiar faces. Alpha Draft top performers of that last match, well, most of them, all of them, wind up sporting Cognitive Gaming jerseys. Meerkat, one more time, up on top.
Meerkat breaking into the 70-point marker. Probably less than 5 or 6 players to have done that. We haven't seen it too often. It's very rare, but you know you've had a big game when you can come up and break that 70 on Alpha Draft.
As I said, Meerkat, 2 separate games in a row where he winds up with double digits in the kill and assist combination. And again, starting off the game in the solo lane on that Sun Wukong.
This was kind of just abuse the Unrelinquished. Abuse the guy who is not very comfortable in solo lane, especially at an SPL level. I mean, Unrelinquished was a fine mid laner on Elevate. Unfortunately, Aduro had a little bit more experience, a little bit more success, so they replaced him, and he went to the bench, and he came back on, but he's just not a solo lane player, and Meerkat made sure to lock him down.
Sure, and in game number 1, yes, I agree that a lot of it was just sort of taking advantage of that fact, but in game 2, I didn't really see, it wasn't really all the song and dance around taking care of Unrelinquished, but even still, Meerkat affects the game enough to pick up MVP for himself in a 2nd game in a row. Final slash line 12, 1, and 16. He was everywhere doing everything.
Just in all the team fights, and the only death he had, he actually dove 1v5 into the enemy Titan, trying to get a kill on Aduro.
Yeah,
I mean, he was guaranteed his own death. Like that's just how far ahead this Sun Wukong and really Cognitive Gaming were. But Meerkat, once again, I really want to see him start to get ahead against higher level opponents, because his laning phase has always probably been the weakest portion of his gameplay. His team fighting has always been good, but we never really get to see that. A lot of times he's forced out by enemy junglers, or he has an unfavorable matchup. So this is what he can do from ahead. I really want to see him get ahead against some good opponents.
Exactly, and a lot of praise being given to him in these 2 sets, and part of that has to do with, I guess, the relative strength of his opponent, but we get glimpses of this every now and then, Kevin, even against some of the top tier opponents. He gets forced out the majority of the time, but as I said, it's a part of the process, and a relatively new player when compared to some of our other SPL veterans, if you will. And I think that this player, Meerkat, if not this year, we'll definitely see some success later on, SPL Season 3, and eventually down the line, I think we can see him potentially be one of the stronger players in the league. For right now, he's just on that journey, and this stomp over Elevate is just one step in the right direction.
Can you write a book about it? Like you're already selling me on the book. I'm ready to buy the Meerkat a journey.
Awesome. And I mean, I'm just going to talk. We've got djpernicus on the line. He's the captain and the jungler for Cognitive Gaming. Congratulations on your wins. You guys are officially headed to LAN. I'm going to ask you the question, how do you feel? Well, we're having some trouble getting DJ on the line real quick, and I'm sure the answer to that one is, well, we feel good, Tom. But again, what Cognitive have been able to do this split, they started the team this split.
Yeah.
The first game that we saw Cognitive Gaming play in our fall split of the SPL was the first game Cognitive Gaming had ever played. They didn't scrim, they didn't practice, and so it's just incredible to see what DJ has been able to do with this team. So once again, congratulations on your win. You guys are headed to LAN. How does that feel?
It feel really good, but I don't think we're heading to LAN quite yet. I'm pretty sure if Denial 2-0s TSM, then we have to win at least one game, or if we 0-2, then we play tiebreak.
They took the game off enemy, right?
Yeah.
So they had 10 heading into their last.
They have to 2-0 TSM, and we have to 0-2, and then they have to win a tiebreak.
So there's a lot of dominoes that have to fall in that position. And you're right, we won't cast a curse to you in that regard, but you guys certainly made a step in the correct direction today, and you guys put on one of your more dominant performances. So I'm still going to ask you about how you feel, but this time it's about the split. We just mentioned, and we've mentioned many times, almost ad nauseum, how you guys started the team at the beginning of the split. What's it like to look at your past performances and really reflect and look at how strong you guys have wound up being?
It's cool. I mean, I think we did a lot with what we were given. Like you said, we didn't scrim at all before the split, and we haven't had the ability to scrim a ton during the split just because everyone's kind of, has their scrim partners and stuff, and Elevate's done a good job of helping us scrim, but obviously like this week we're playing them, and so we didn't get a lot of practice in and whatnot. But no, it's definitely cool that like we kind of are forming an identity and stuff and getting better and taking games off almost every game. So yeah.
So how comfortable are you if you end up qualifying for the Super Regionals outside of some crazy scenarios, how comfortable are you going into the Super Regionals? Do you actually believe you could potentially upset and move into the semifinals coming out of that first round?
Yeah, like you guys have seen, every team in NA can beat any of the other teams, yeah. So it's like definitely, and I think our playstyle is good for a LAN environment too. I think I don't know. Probably a fair amount of teams won't play quite as good on LAN, and I could see us playing even better on LAN.
That's possible.
Yeah, you guys have sort of formed your own brand of Smite with specifically how your lineup goes and everything. And so you guys got a nice reprieve during the middle of the season at the COG Invitational. Not only did you actually get to meet the entirety of your team, but you got to play on LAN. How much of an impact do you think that experience will make coming into Super Regionals, should you make it?
It definitely helps because I think like everyone on our team is surprisingly liked or likes everyone else pretty much. Like everyone had a good time with the guys from the other squads, and so they'll feel comfortable just being in the environment. Playing on LAN, you just know kind of what to expect and what you have to bring or like note down before you go to play on a computer besides your own. So yeah.
Right, and to that extent, I mean, you've seen tons of LANs, not just as a Smite player or a Smite analyst in that regard, but also other games. What sort of knowledge or wisdom have you sort of taught to your teammates, either for that LAN or just the games in general?
Well, specifically with LAN, you just want to make things as consistent as possible. Obviously, don't have your setup be too crazy at home because you want to emulate it as much as you can at LAN. And just comms, comms are different. Everyone, you saw people complaining that we were yelling in the first couple of games at LAN, but that's the reality is it's loud. And so you need to be able to play when it's loud. And you have the extra mint of, okay, well, people think I'm BM online. Well, good luck at LAN when I'm looking at you, screaming at you. You know what I mean? Like, that's part of LAN. So.
Exactly. And if you want my 2 cents, it's something that I like to see. It's just the level of passion. So congratulations on your wins. As you said, a little step away, but definitely a large step in the correct direction. Before I let you go, is there anything you want to say to friends, family at home, etc.?
Just shout out to the Carrot Squad. and in 667 we trust.
Awesome. Thank you very much. djpernicus, captain and jungler for Cognitive Gaming, who take one large step into the direction of Super Regionals. There is a sort of very finite situation that they could miss it, but I don't know. We'll see how the dominoes fall.
3 different sets have to go a certain way for Denial to win, including Denial 2-0ing TSM.
So a lot of things have to step in that correct direction. So with all that changed, there's going to be a lot of switch arounds on the North American standings. So why don't we bring them up and take a look at where all these teams sit. Cognitive Gaming is going to put themselves into the 6th spot. Denial and Elevate now on to the bottom. Elevate sit 4 and 22. After that, and Envy, of course, still on top, 20 and 6.
Envy already secured for the first seed. Eager a little bit behind them. Cloud9 still fighting to kind of overtake Eager in that last game here in the split.
One of the interesting things for me here is Cognitive and Enemy are tied up right down the middle at 12 and 14, and they're actually going to be the 2 teams that play each other during week number 10. And while, as we said, Super Regionals will include all 6 teams that are above 7 and 8th seed. What's important is the take-home money, and at the end of the day, that really impacts these players' lives. So Enemy versus Cognitive Gaming, they're going to switch spots. It's one of the last games we get to see in the season. They're going to be playing really hard in that matchup.
Oh, yeah, they're both going to be wanting to come out on a win, and a split there guarantees that they both make land and that Denial will be out. So it's going to be an important matchup to watch.
Yeah, and because of that, keep in mind how passionate and how intense these players are going to play. It might swing some of your positions if you're trying to get involved in Alpha Draft. You can visit alphadraft.com. It's a daily fantasy site where you can put your esports knowledge to the test and figure out just how smart you are. If you win, you get to line your pockets with not just FP, but actually real money. So go ahead and try and take it home and see what you can win.
That's really going to be it. I mean, this 9th week has been phenomenal. A lot of great games, a lot of close games and critical games. Heading into the 10th week, almost every team has been decided for land. Myrmidon still fighting for themselves. Denial still fighting in North America. When we go to the Super Regionals, I don't know who's going to win. I don't know who the favorites are. The only team that I'm giving it to right now is Epsilon, but the fact that they don't have, even DJ talked about how important that LAN experience was for them. The fact that Epsilon don't have that LAN experience could come back to bite them.
Yeah, you've got Raffer and, man, it might just be Raffer on that squad.
It was seen. Emilito has also been a LAN.
Emilito has also seen a LAN. So with that situation, it'll be interesting to see these teams as they go into Super Regionals and eventually SWC. And we're going to take 2 teams from North America and 2 teams from Europe. And of course, the 3rd place teams will face off against each other to see who gets that 3rd ticket. But if you're looking for your own ticket, you can visit swc.smitegame.com and you can join the rest of the teams and visit us, hang out, and high five Adonis and give Hindu Man a hug. It's definitely a big part of what makes the SWC a good time.
I don't know if Hindu Man will want to.
Hindu Man
doesn't really seem like a guy who wants hugs.
Hindu Man loves hugs. I mean,
you are setting him up. You are setting up a disaster.
I'm telling
already.
you, Hindu Man absolutely loves hugs.
Tom loves kisses on his lips from every single fan at the venue.
I mean, it all depends on how attractive she is, I suppose. Squad up! Squad goals, let's move on very quickly. If you guys want to make up the FP that you got from following Adonis's picks on Esports Weekly Live, you get double the FP, double the Worshippers, and double the Favor October 16th through the 18th, so you can get some games in tonight and see if you guys win up on top. And as I said, double the flavor, double the fun.
Yeah. Hit your fantasy points up. We're coming close to the end of the split, or excuse me, not the end of the split, the end of Season 2. We still got until the World Championship, but you want to make sure to get as many fantasy points as you can to, the Dr. Vana Sylvanas, and as well as the 16,000 point border.
So we've got a couple of more days left. It's going to be week number 10 coming at you guys next week. Thanks for joining us for week number 9. We'll see you for the last week as we come on to it. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.
Like